Tanner Bibee looked awesome in his debut. Let's break it down on Fantasy Baseball today in 5. Welcome into FBT in 5. Today is Thursday, April 27th. I am Frank Sanford, joined by Chris Towers, and let's talk about Tanner Bibee's debut up against the Rockies. 5 2/3, 1 run allowed, 8 strikeouts to 0 walks. He had 11 swinging strikes, 7 of those coming on a slider, which frankly looks like a 12-6 curveball, but he throws it harder than a curveball, so it's pretty awesome pitch to watch. Chris, what did you think of Tanner Bibee in his debut, and where does he rank among this recent group of pitching prospect promotions?
I thought Tanner Bibee looked incredibly impressive. The 8 strikeouts, no walks. That was what we saw from him in the minors. K per 9 was right around 11. Walks per 9 under 2 throughout his minor league career. The stuff looks really impressive. He averaged 95 miles per hour with his fastball. He topped out right around 99. So this is not just like a soft tosser who's getting away with good command. This is a guy who has legitimate swing and miss stuff. The slider, like you mentioned, looked really, really tough to pick up for opposing hitters. Like you said, it's a unique pitch. And so that might make it even more difficult the first time through the league. The changeup got a couple of swings and misses as well to keep, opposing handed hitters honest. So I think Tanner Bibee, we don't know what the long-term usage is going to be, but if he stays up, I think he's got as much upside as, Taj Bradley and Brandon Pfaadt and some of those other guys that we've been talking a lot about. It's just a question of what his role is going to be moving forward. But if he sticks, I'm very excited.
Would you take him ahead of Taj and Brandon Pfaadt? You are muted.
Pfaadt, yes, just because we don't know when he's going to be up. We think it'll be soon, but he's still not on the 40-man roster, so that is a hurdle. I think I would. I mean, Bradley's looked awesome in 3 starts now as opposed to just 1 for Bibee. I think somewhat similar prospect pedigrees, somewhat similar minor league track record. Bibee actually more of a strikeout pitcher in the minors. So I think I would go with Bibee just because Bradley's already been sent down, and hopefully that'll only be for a turn or 2/3 of the rotation to get him used to pitching every 5th day. But assuming Bibee stays up with the team, I think I'll just go with him.
All right, let's talk about another young pitcher. Didn't just get called up, but he's looked really good. MacKenzie Gore at the Mets went 6 innings, 1 run, 10 strikeouts with 19 swinging strikes. Low-key has 6+ strikeouts in all 5 starts this season. Chris, are you taking MacKenzie Gore over any of those previously mentioned names? Taj Bradley, Tanner Bibee, and Brandon Pfaadt?
I guess just because MacKenzie Gore is a very talented pitcher in his own right. We saw a very good stretch from him last year. First 9 starts, he had a 1.50 ERA with like 57 strikeouts in 48 innings. So we've seen really good stretches from him. I have questions about how sustainable this all is just because he's so fastball dependent. He doesn't really throw the changeup. I think he's thrown 6 of them in 5 starts. So it's just fastball, curveball, slider. I think there are going to be some platoon issues. Teams tend to stack the lineup with righties. And he's also just got pretty mediocre command. 4 walks in 3 of his 5 starts. I think multiple walks in the other 2 as well. So it's a really narrow needle that he's trying to thread to remain successful. And I think he's talented enough to do it, but I do think I view MacKenzie Gore as somewhat of a sell high candidate right now.
All right, let's talk about the biggest news from Wednesday. Jordan Walker has been optioned back to AAA. He sat out the previous 2 games, and we're starting to get nervous what's going on with Jordan Walker, and he gets sent down. Apparently he's working on lifting the ball and not chasing pitches as much. Chris, this is someone who got so much helium during draft season. He moved inside the top 150 picks in ADP. What do? Are you holding on to Jordan Walker?
I'm hanging on to him. I've only got him in 1 league, actually, just because of the way he ended up getting pushed up draft boards throughout draft season. I ended up with him in 1 of my leagues, and I'm doing everything I can to hold on. It's going to be tough because, injuries and underperformance. You don't want to drop guys, but yeah, I'll try to hang on to him. I moved him down in my rankings to around 180th overall. So very much still in I want him on my team. And look, if you got 5 bench spots, it becomes harder. I'm in a league with 7 bench spots. That's easier to get away with. So the upside is still very high. He still showed the upside, 114 mile per hour max exit velo, 90 mile per hour average exit velo. Good athlete. This could be a situation where he goes down for 2 weeks, comes back, and is the player we all hoped he would be. So I'm not going to give up on that potential yet.
Yep, I agree 100%. Let's hold on Jordan Walker. For more extensive fantasy baseball coverage, listen to the Fantasy Baseball Today podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, the Audacy app, or anywhere else podcasts are found. Thanks for listening to Fantasy Baseball Today in 5, and we'll be back again tomorrow. Bye-bye!